Matthew 7 from Encore Automotive Diagnostics and Repair, reporting live from Times Square. Letting you guys know we're thinking about y'all. Any automotive concerns, repairs that you may need, feel free to give us a call at 919-539-7265 or stop by the shop at 816 South 3rd Street, Smithfield, North Carolina. Y'all have a nice day. Welcome back, it's Matthew here with Encore Automotive, and we have a 2016 Nissan Rogue. The Serpentine belt was recently installed and it fell back off. There was an issue with the belt tensioner, so we're replacing the belt tensioner and the belt this time. In the process of the belt falling off last time, the belt came wrapped around the back of the harmonic balancer. So we're going to do a quick video on how to remove the harmonic balancer in order to get this belt from behind it here. Because it can cause some major interference and possibly damage the front main engine seal. So check back and you're going to see a good informative video on how to remove the harmonic balancer. Okay, we got the tire off, fender liner, and all necessary trimming removed. We're going to do our best to get this done on the first attempt. What I have is a puller, and I got two 10mm bolts that is going to mount to the harmonic balancer and assist in removing the balancer, because there's remnants of the belt left behind it, the old belt, so that doesn't interfere with the seal or any functioning of this balancer in the future. This receiver here, there goes here. That's behind here. Yeah, when your belt falls off while the vehicle's driving or the engine's running, because it could fall off sitting still, but the engine could be running. You got to pay close attention to the rest of these pulleys to make sure that the receiver that the threaded rod pivots on, you can call it the pivot point. I was making sure that that pivot point was centered in the snout of the crank, because what I did not want to do is damage any of the threads on the crank, which would interfere with installing the harmonic balancer center bolt. And what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna just try to use my hand and turn this thing right on off, because they're not normally tight on these newer vehicles. And I believe something's coming off. Yeah, it's the balancer. And I'm gonna be honest, on everything that I've touched new with an aluminum block, I haven't had to use much force in removing the cranks in the later years, the recent years. Now those old harmonic balancers from back in the day on those Chevrolets and, oh damn, I'm talking about Chevrolet. Some vehicles that I used to struggle with, that I don't struggle with any longer. I don't know, I could have been doing it at the time, but nonetheless, that's how it's done. On a lot of these new vehicles, you don't even necessarily have to use a tool. And what we're doing is we just got this off so we can get this out from around the inside here. And we're gonna make sure that that seal's not damaged or anything, and see how that is now cleaned up. And be mindful that the Woodruff key stays in there. And basically the Woodruff key is what helps you align the balancer to the front of the crankshaft there. And it's just a little small piece of metal that keeps this situated on the tip of that crank right there. Everything looks okay. With the harmonic balancer removed, we're able to inspect the front main seal, and what I noticed is there's a whole section that travels the entire circumference of the seal, which is circular, has been torn completely out. I'm in the process now of locating my needle nose pliers so I can remove the damaged remnant of the seal, so I can show you guys on camera here. Whenever you have a belt fail around moving pulleys, do a thorough inspection of the areas behind the pulleys so you can make sure you remove what is behind. We got the harmonic balancer off, and we found that the old remnant of the old belt had been cutting into the front main seal, and it left a piece of it separated that we found once we took off the balancer. All right, see, that's definitely part of the seal right here. Good deal. And that was just sitting in here. So you don't want to rush the mechanic. You want to make sure you're giving them well enough time to do cleanly what you're hiring them to do. And you're not just interested in getting your vehicle back. You want your vehicle back fully restored to where it was when it left the manufacturer.